It's all about shrimps, simply shrimps. Good day everybody and welcome to this video where I'll be building a stand for my new 500 litres or 130 US gallon aquarium. Now before I get started I just want to say that there are many different ways of building a stand and I may not have done a few things that other people would have done, or I might have done a few things that other people wouldn't have done. So without further ado, enjoy the video. So I started off with a bunch of 2x4 wood, ended up with 15 and I think I only actually used 12 in the end. Then I just measured it up. For measuring up I like to do one mark one side and then just shift the tape measure up a bit and do exactly the same measurement further up. That way when you come to drawing the straight line you know that it's pretty much going to be the same length across the whole width of the wood. I just use the back of the saw to get a nice right angle. Most saws are built like that. Opening up the vise, I then placed the wood into it and tightened it up. Make sure it was nice and secure, and then I begin to saw. So start a notch there and then continuing to saw. When you're cutting down the line, make sure that you're cutting on the outside of the line. So this piece here I want to keep and the other piece there I'm going to discard. So then you've got the exact measurement that you're actually going to be keeping. Also when sawing I like to hold on to the piece so you get a nice clean cut. If you don't and it just drops to the floor, then it can sometimes splinter or chip the wood as it comes off, like so. Silly me. But there's a good example there, or a bad example. So all the wood is cut now and my cat is having a cameo appearance. So I've got 4 60-inch pieces for the main length, 14 21-inch pieces for the width struts, 10 22.5-inch pieces and 6 29-inch pieces for the main support legs. Now I'm going to be using PVA glue to put between the joints. This just helps get a better connection when you're actually screwing it together. For screws I'm just using 2.5-inch or 70mm as it says there. Decking screws work fine for this. And you're going to need a screwdriver. Make sure there's plenty of battery charge in it if you're using a battery powered one. So now I'm just going to arrange the base rectangle. Once that's all complete, you're then going to put in the main support legs. So once they're in, I'm then going to build the top rectangle. Now the easiest way I found of doing this is to build it directly on top of the bottom one. That way you know they're going to be the same size and shape. So there's not going to be any skoo whipping in the top to the bottom. Don't forget to apply that PVA glue between joints just to help it get a better connection and stick together obviously a bit better. In go the screws. Now this is more of a two-man job, lifting or sliding the top half up. So I struggled a bit on my own. I ended up putting some slats in just so I could lift it up either end, otherwise it just kind of slips back down when you lift it up from one end. I found out the hard way, so yeah, just get someone else to help you. I highly recommend that. After that it was a cup of coffee time. So I want to know, do you prefer coffee or do you prefer tea? Or chocolate digestives or normal digestives? Let me know in the comments below. On to securing the top rectangle now. If need be, you might want to use some clamps just to help you secure it in place as you screw it on. So now I'm measuring halfway between the length distance so I can put the middle supports in. So in goes the first middle support, and then onto the back middle support. Now I'm going to be adding the other supports in between the slats, just to give it that extra strength, because it's going to be holding a lot of weight. So these just simply go up and in there with a little knock, like so. Turn it around so I can do the other side and you guys can see. So these were fairly straightforward to screw in. I mean, it's taking shape, and so it's not pushing away from me as I'm screwing in anymore, and just easy screws to screw in really. Nothing trying to hold anything up while you're trying to screw it in, you just screw it straight in. My knees were starting to kill me at this point because I've been kneeling down for quite a long time and I'm quite tall. Into the bottom braces. So you might need to use a mallet every now and then just to gently ease the wood in because it's quite a tight fit. And so now I'm measuring the half sections again so I can put some middle bracing in. So there's one of them. And we're just about there on the last one. So it's fairly strong, as you can see. It takes my weight. I'm not going to disclose how heavy I am obviously because that would be telling, but it's quite strong. So that brings this video to an end, and if you liked it, by all means whack that thumbs up. If you've learned how to potentially make a stand for a big aquarium you're thinking of getting or you are getting, then that means the world to me. Also, don't forget to subscribe to follow me on this epic journey as I'm getting my aquarium all set up. Obviously I've got aquascaping, I'm introducing fish, I've got crayfish to move on. I'm really excited, so please follow me on it by hitting subscribe, and I'll see you in another video. See you later everyone. It's all about shrimps, simply shrimps. Let's keep them shrimp, simply shrimps.